Hello and welcome to Alternate Image Raid. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about these faction-specific tournaments and events. I read a post recently of somebody saying he's a relatively new player, and these tournaments coming up that are faction-locked made them feel like they couldn't even compete. And I definitely can understand how that could feel that way, especially as a newer account. And I've seen some other comments elsewhere that these faction lock things are so hard to do. Even people with accounts that aren't new, it's hard to get through these. And I also agreed it is hard to get through these. However, in this video, I want to talk a little bit about why I don't mind these somewhat restrictive tournaments. This applies both to the ones that pop up normally and these specific ones right now. So I'm going to talk about each of these real quick, but the main reason for the idea I have here is that you don't have to do every single tournament and event. I know a lot of people, and I get in this mindset myself as well, get this feeling that we need to be doing every event, every tournament to get the most possible use of our rewards that we can. But to me, this game is more so where to spend your time and resources, which tournaments, which events, which fusions, which 2x or 10x that you should be putting your time, energy, and resources into, not just all of them. And so for me right now, there's a number of things going on. So we have a champion training event, an artifact enhancement event, a dungeon divers event. We have classic arena specifically locked. We have champion chase, which is just pulling shards basically, a Fire Knight tournament, and soon to be a spider tournament. So we have a number of things going on, and then of course other things you could be doing could include going after your potions. It could include going after your scrolls for your masteries, and then of course doing anything that isn't some specifically locked content. However, I look at it is ideal to go after events and things if they're up, and if not, go after things that don't have events. There's no tournament for the Minotaur's Labyrinth or any of these potion keeps. So I'm always going to be spending my time figuring out which of these I should be doing, even if they weren't these specific locked versions. And so when I looked at these, I of course go, okay, can I do these? So I looked at my demon spawn, and I have a lure, so I can do it. If I didn't have a lure, I probably would not be able to do this, and there we go. I'm not going to get first place. My runs are fairly slow. I had to I've just been using all my multi-battles each night and just letting it run. I can at least do it on stage 20. My demon spawns are decent, but mostly I have a lure. I can. If I didn't have a lure, the rest of my champions don't have the turn meter to do Fire Knight. So I'm like, I want to go get this Void Shard. But as a result, the choice I'm spending my time and energy to go after this Void Shard, it means that I am probably not going to end up making a lot of progress on this champion training event towards this legendary skill tome that I would otherwise like to be going after. So it isn't because I can do the Fire Knight event, now I get all of them. It's still where the choice comes. So if you can't do that Fire Knight Demon Spawn event, that's okay. Maybe go after the champion training event and get yourself Chaos Ore, Soulstone, Skill Tome, depending on what your interest is. And then even if you don't want to go after this because you're like, I'm probably not going to spend enough time to go get 15,000 points, then again, that is a great time to go get some masteries for your champions. Or if you are short some of your potions, particularly just for getting your champions up in general, but for being prepared for a future fusion, maybe you want to, when those are up, spend a bit of energy going after these potions, maybe a mix of all of the above. Or there's always the option too, and a lot of people don't really look at it this way, but every once in a while people do, and I see these comments, you can just take a chill weekend. There's nothing I need to go after. There's nothing I need to push for specifically. So I'm just going to go get my dailies done, get my advanced quests done, maybe spend my, guaranteed keys for Clan Boss or Doom Tower. I need to spend some more of mine. And then just kind of move on. Hoard some extra gems. I don't recommend holding energy, but, just spending it and not using your gems, not using it. If you have any energy in here, you can just let it sit, let it ride for when there's something more specific that you want to go after. So I don't mind these specific events. So the Classic Arena, I have, fortunately for these factions, half of this becomes my bomb team I just did a video of. So I'm able to get these rewards. And so all I'm doing for this Classic Arena takedown is hitting refresh on easy teams and then using this. Obviously these are good champions, right? So there's a difference, but I'm just hitting these on the easy teams. I'm not worrying about it. I'm not trying to push, and I'm just going to get the, 10, 12, 15, whatever points each of these events anyway, or each of these arena wins, and just slowly make it through and get some of those rewards. I'm not going after the first spot. I'm not going to be able to compete for that first position. I am okay with that. But I can kill these solo defense teams. I can get a couple of points, and then I can make some progress on this. Now, at the rate I'm going, at the amount of teams I can beat with these particular factions, at least as I have it figured out, I'm in nowhere near going to be going after the skin here. However, there is a decent chance, of course, over the amount of time we have, that I'll at least be able to get these rewards. And so that's what I would say. If you're working on this, unless you just happen to have a team or really, really want that skin, they're going to go crazy, don't worry about it so much. Just put what you can together using these and go after solo champs. And then use your other arena keys on your normal team however you normally would. And you get some extra energy, gems, soulstone, etc. It's not free in the sense that it will take time and effort, but it's not terrible. And particularly, again, if you don't, particularly these events, they're all kind of extra. They're all more than we would normally have going on at one time. So if you feel like you need to skip it, then skip. It's okay. I'm not going to be getting these champion chase fragments. I pulled, I did pull one void shard. It caught an epic. I got enough points for this. I'm not getting any of these. I'm not pulling for that. It's not time. My account's not ready for it right now, so I won't be. When the spider tournament comes up, I'm going to see what I have with the Dark Elves. Obviously, I have a Cold Heart or two. I'll be able to kill at least some version of the spider, get probably some of the early tier rewards. I don't think I'm going to go push for the end of it like I did Fire Knight tournament unless I just have a better team than I imagine that I do. And that's okay. You don't need to get all of the rewards. You don't need to tax your account, your time, or your mental health to try to get every single thing in this game. It's okay to pick and choose. It's okay to decide where you're using it. And for me, that's actually a lot of the strategy and point of this game is deciding where to use your resources. I'm going to use a little bit of time here, no time here. I've already gotten this done mostly with auto battles while I was not at my on my device. I'm going to spend a little bit of time here. I probably won't be getting this champion training event because of where I chose to put my other bit. I'll spend some silver on this, and then Dungeon Divers is just going to be what happens to go there. I'm not going to focus on this event, but whatever I happen to do for campaign or these dungeons, I got this basically for what I was doing with those Fire Knight. I'll probably end up getting a little bit more because of Spider, but I'm not going to finish this event, and that is okay. Particularly because none of these are giving anything that's totally crazy. It's not like a fusion or a summon event where it's giving you a legendary champion that's probably pretty good. Those ones hold. And of course, when we get to those, there's no faction limited one. There's no very specifically tuned ones other than just if your account isn't quite ready to go after those or you haven't saved enough resources. And that's really all I wanted to say. I know it's been kind of a longer video than I intended to be for this, but I don't mind these. I actually like them. They're a little bit extra. If you have the ability to go after them, you can. And if you don't or you don't want to, the rewards aren't so crazy that it should feel bad if you have to skip. So that's where I feel about this. I think they're okay. I don't mind them being in the game. I wouldn't mind seeing them more come up later as an extra, not a replacement to anything that we currently have. So this has been an alternate image raid video. Hope you liked my thoughts on this. If you liked, like. If you loved it, sub. If you have anything to say about it, if you disagree, if you agree, if you have anything I missed, obviously drop something in the comments. And if you dislike, smash that dislike button as it's still engaging for the channel. And as always, have a great day.